As a woman working in the not-for-profit sector, how much are you charging for your services? Maybe you're in a career situation where you have a contract and you have to decide on how much you're going to charge for your fees. So many women look at the amount of time it takes them to do something and then they decide to charge by the hour, which is a huge, huge mistake. Why is that a mistake? Because you only have so many hours in a day. And if you are somebody who's wanting to reach potentially thousands of people with your work, you are going to be seriously limiting yourself by saying, this is how much I charge per hour. And then you are limiting the number of people that you can work with. It's impossible to scale. It's impossible to succeed at any great length. And you will end up being completely exhausted, which means you can't achieve your vision anyway. So what are you going to do about this? Well, there is a very simple calculation that I'd like you to make first and foremost. And whilst I am not suggesting in any way, shape or form that you do start charging by the hour, it's necessary for you to understand how you value your time. So that calculation is very, very easy to do. Basically, it is how much would you like to earn during the year? And then you work out how many weeks you would like to work during the year. And, remember to put the holidays in there. And then you work out how many hours per week you would like to work. You make that calculation. You divide the number of hours, weeks by the total amount in the year that you would like to earn. And you will come up with an hourly rate. Now, again, I'm going to emphasize this is not about you charging an hourly rate. This is about you understanding how you value your time, where you want to be for yourself, because there has to be a win-win here, right? It can't just be you giving your time away for free to everybody. There has to be benefit for you as well. And when you understand that, you will be able to stand back and say, well, as somebody who earns this amount per year, this is what I do. Maybe you're going to identify some things that you no longer want to do, particularly if you are a service provider who works also on social media, you're providing content for people. Maybe there are some things that you can outsource so that you can use your time more valuably. Again, this is not about you charging per hour. This is you understanding how you value your time so you get a better perspective on what it is that you should be actually doing with your time. So when it comes specifically to creating those fees, creating those charges for your services, for your time, there are 3 questions that I would like you to ask yourself. First and foremost, if you have that amount of income, what is that going to be worth to you in terms of health, in terms of your well-being? And then ask yourself the same question for the people that you are working with. Now, to show you how this works, a couple of weeks ago, I was working with somebody who is in private tutoring. So important these days in light of the pandemic, and so many children suffered so much through the entire online learning environment. And the question is, how can I charge this for half an hour? Can I charge that for half an hour or an hour? No, that's not the question. How much is this actually worth? What is the value of what it is that you're providing to yourself and to your clients? So for you, if I know I can pay all the bills, that is going to make me feel good. I'm going to have peace of mind. I'm going to sleep happily at night. For this particular client doing tutoring online, when they're talking to the mum who wakes up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, worried sick about the fact that their child might not pass their exams, worried sick that they won't make the grade to be able to go to college or to university or to get into the school that they want to get into, there you can begin to see that actually the time spent tutoring is worth so much more than just the time spent tutoring. So look at the health and well-being aspect, first of all, of what it is you are providing. Number 2, ask yourself, if I'm earning this amount of money, if I have this income every year, how is that going to impact my family, my relationships with my friends, my social circle? Now, this again can go 2 ways. There will be some people who say, are you crazy? Only people, people who are greedy want to be rich. And Frequently, it's just because they don't get what you're doing, and they have their own money stories that they are dealing with. Well, I just want to tell you briefly about Dolly Parton, because this amazed me. I saw a post on Facebook as I was doing some research for this video. Dolly Parton, who we see as somebody very flamboyant, and yes, she spends a lot of money on wigs, and no, she doesn't go into a shop to buy her clothes. She has all her clothes made for her. But did you know that she had provided funding for over 150 million books to go to young people? Did you know that Dolly Parton provides a number of scholarships for young people where she lives? Did you know that Dolly Parton donated more than $1 million to the research in getting the Moderna vaccination for COVID into that research last year? We don't hear about this stuff. And it's important also to understand that money, if it just comes into your bank account, then it's not worth anything anyway. There has to be a flow. And so when you talk about family, relationships, is there going to be somebody you're going to be helping? Is there that budding philanthropist inside of you that wants to make the world a better place in addition to what you're doing? Maybe you're going to fund a school one day. You can't do that if you're giving all your time away for free. So look at, when you're thinking about what your fees should be, what your charges should be, think about, how does what I'm earning, how does that impact me, my family, my relationships? And the same again, look at it, how it will impact the family, relationships, social interactions for your client and the people around them. And then number 3, just checking my notes here. Number 3, how is what you are earning going to impact your ability to achieve your vision, your visibility, the goals that you've set for yourself? Again, coming back to so many women, the ex-wife of Jeff Bezos as well. Some people say that she donated a huge amount of money to good causes just to pay him back after the divorce. She didn't want his money. But what would the world be? What would those causes be without the money that she actually decided to donate to them? What vision have you got? And if you have a big vision, if you do want to be donating money to helping children, UNICEF, Caritas, 2 charities very close to my heart, how are you going to be able to do that if you are still only charging per hour and you are trying to assess what you provide in terms of time? The value that you are providing is in terms of the outcomes that your clients get, that you create for yourself. It's the outcomes. That's where the value is. It's not in the amount of time you actually spend doing something. So like this person I was working with on the tutoring, as I said, it's not about the half an hour or the hour they spend providing additional help for mathematics. It's about that child getting the results so that they pass their exams. It's about that child's parents sleeping better at night, knowing that they've done everything they possibly can to support their child. Even if that child decides to go and do something completely different, you're not thinking about that in the future. You're thinking about, how do I feel now? How are my relationships now? How does this contribute to my vision now? When you've got the answers to all those, then go and revisit what it is you think you should be charging. And if you really want to push yourself out of your comfort zone, double the amount. If we haven't met before, my name is Gwyneth and I specialise in empowering women in the not-for-profit sector, just like you, to build their brand, to radiate that presence and confidence so that you are creating wealth from a place of integrity, so that you achieve the vision you have for yourself, for your family, for the world. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment or share. And if you would like to speak with me about how we could potentially work together and help you realise your vision, please use the link below to book a time for us to talk. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay healthy, stay fabulous. Loads of love and bye for now.